Hello everyone. We have a very special lecture today because not only are we going to be looking at one of my very favorite tools, Ahrefs, but we are going to be drilling down into one of my favorite parts of the tool. That is the backlink analysis portion of Ahrefs. Now, Ahrefs is essentially three tools in one, but it is absolutely essential for backlink analysis. So if you have a copy of Ahrefs, go ahead and open it up, follow along with me, and type in a competitor that you want to research right along with me. I'm going to use the ahrefs.com domain itself just to get some quick metrics, but of course you can use whatever you'd like. You can see on my screen that I already have ahrefs.com in my dashboard because just for purposes of this course, I'm monitoring that site. But if you don't already have your dashboard set up with anything you're currently tracking, go ahead to the top of your screen. There should be a URL type box. Go ahead and type in the URL, just the domain, of your closest competitor, and then hit the orange button to the right. Right away, you can see a few very important metrics. I'm looking at Ahrefs.com, and we have an Ahrefs rank score. That is basically a list of how this stacks up against every other website in the database. So you can see it's 5,465. That is a pretty good rank. You can see that that means Ahrefs gets just about 91,000 visitors every single month, and it's ranking on just about 24,000 different keywords. It's also doing a little bit of pay-per-click advertising. You can see to the right over here, it is currently advertising on 28 different keywords. A lot of people go straight for the backlink section, but I find that that is a bit unwieldy. I think the better way to do this is to click right under here, referring domains. And what this does is it still gives you all the same backlink information, but it is a little bit more easy to parse because it's organized based on domain. And as many of you know, in SEO, backlinks are crucial, but the more backlinks you get from the same website, the more diminishing returns you experience. So that first New York Times link is absolutely wonderful, but the 101st is, not as great as that first one. Of course, if you have that many links from the New York Times, you probably don't have anything to worry about. But it starts off by sorting by the number of do follow backlinks within a particular domain. I don't particularly like that default sort, so what I go ahead and do is I click on Ahrefs rank, and what that is going to do is it's going to sort by the most powerful domains that link to your target site. Now we can see YouTube, plus.google.com, WordPress, etc. If you want to drill down and explore the particular backlinks, see where it says backlinks over here. Under that, you can click the number of backlinks that it has, and then it's going to load the individual backlinks from that domain. So in this case, I'm clicking on 21, which is how many backlinks Ahrefs has from YouTube. And now we can see all the particular links from youtube.com. This is much easier to look at than just a huge list of all the backlinks. You can see that there are 0 do follow backlinks from YouTube. And when you look at these, they all have that kind of strike through font. So the strike through means it's no follow. There is some debate as to whether no follow links count at all, but the gist of it is Google essentially says if you do not want to vouch for a particular domain or website that you're linking out to, add this tag called no follow to it, and it will mostly mean that you're not going to pass link juice toward it. Many SEOs now believe that there is some benefit to getting no follow links, and so it's certainly worth getting links even if they are no follow. So don't pass up any of those opportunities. But it is good to know how many do follow you have and how many no follow you have. Again, the strike through means it's no follow. You can also go up top, click on link type, and select only the no follow domains. This is particularly useful if you think, you know what, I have enough no follow. I only think that do follow is going to really help me in the rankings. Let's focus on that, but I'm not going to do that just now. You can also filter by TLD, that stands for top level domain. Many people believe that .gov or .edu domains carry particular weight coming from Google. I don't think that's ever been conclusively proven because if you have a link from harvard.edu, it's probably more that it's coming from Harvard than a .edu. Nonetheless, if you want to filter by the .edu or .gov domains of your competitors, you can feel free to do that. If you scroll down the list, you're going to see a whole bunch of different domains that link out. And again, you can see how many are do follow, how many are no follow. And what you want to do from this is, let's say you have a new startup and you're not the first person to come up with the idea. There's another competitor and they're doing great. Their SEO game is on point. They have a whole bunch of backlinks. You can go through the list of their backlinks to try to see which places you can get links from. So maybe they were featured by a particular reporter. That is going to show up right here in Ahrefs. If the Huffington Post covered them, you're going to see that right away toward the top if you sort by linking power or Ahrefs rank. So maybe the person who wrote about your competitor would write about you. Maybe they'll edit their pre-existing article, or perhaps they'll just keep you in mind for a new one. You can try to guest post at these places, let them know you're the new kid on the block, or even just leave a valuable comment if commenting is available on these people's sites. Every little bit helps. It's also important to note that there is a fresh index and a live index. So if you scroll up, you can see that it defaulted to the fresh index. And what that means is some of the links in here will have actually been taken off the web. I believe that it goes for 90 days. If it doesn't see a link active in 91 days, I think it takes it off even the fresh index. But this is good because sometimes a website might be down for maintenance, or it might be having some other reason why the link is still good and it will reappear, but it just isn't there right now. So what Ahrefs does is it keeps those sort of in limbo links in their fresh index list. But if you click live index, that will bring you to the list of only those links that were active and present the last time the Ahrefs crawler checked that website. You can also scroll up, and under the referring domain section, you can click new. And as you can see here when it loads, this gives you a nice list of all the new referring domains you've collected. This is very useful. A lot of you are going to be monitoring competitors very, very closely, and you'll want to know if they just got a new linking domain, how can you get in touch with that person? Have you already made contact? What can you do to get in their good graces and potentially receive the same link too? You can also go up and do lost, and this shows you the domains that, whether it's your site you're putting in or whether it's a competitor's site or whoever, what domains they have lost. This is very important because maybe you thought you really deserved a particular link, you did a guest post, you contributed some great content, or maybe the article was about your company and for some reason you had a link, but then you lost it, or that happened to your competitor. This is going to be very important to monitor because you want to be aware of these potential opportunities to reclaim your link. Often this is a simple mistake that if you get in touch with a webmaster, they will be happy to fix, but you do need to be vigilant because nobody cares as much about your website and particularly its backlink profile as you do. So always be monitoring both the new and the lost domains section.